Good morning, Jamin.
Good morning.
Good to have you in the studio with us.
Pleasure's all mine. Thank you for having me. Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, let's start with what is happening next week. It is the Door of Return, I believe, the 4th edition. Yeah. Tell us what this entails. Who's behind it? Is it the strictly Lagos State government thing, or with the Abike Dabiri-Erewa's African Diaspora Commission? And what should Nigerians expect when that event comes on stream in Badagry? Well,
from the 19th to the 21st of October, there's going to be great things happening in Badagry. Of course, you know that great things are always happening in Lagos under the leadership of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. But this event is a significant one because it takes its history from the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Tinubu, who, while he was governor of Lagos State, set up the Black Heritage Festival far back as 2003, 2002. He had that vision to turn Badagry into a world-class destination for diasporic kind of engagement. And following that lead, Governor Sanwo-Olu has keyed into this program that our mother of the diaspora, Honorable Abike Dabiri-Erewa, NIDCOM, and also the African Renaissance Foundation and the African Door of Return Experience, they've come together to organize this kind of program that is going to be calling diasporans, the historic diasporans, the African Americans, people from Brazil, all around the world, to come back to the historic diasporic city of Badagry to have a great experience like none before. There's going to be a door of return that they are going to walk through. They're going to experience that joy of returning back to their motherland. So that's what we are getting ready for this time around. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu is looking at the Badagry axis to turn it into a tourism destination, to revamp the whole area. We have some great sites there. So if you're a historic diaspora, African American, or you're a Nigerian in the diaspora, you're welcome to come and experience the joy of returning Badagry.
All right. Where is this event taking place, and is it open to everybody?
Very good. Well, it's open to everyone. It's taking place in Badagry.
You just say Badagry.
Well, exactly? Badagry, yes. There is a place they call the Arc of Return. Okay. When you get to the Badagry, main city of Badagry, you just ask people around. They will tell you this is where it's going to happen. They know the attenuation, the spiritual of attenuation. They know the road to the point of Door of No Return. It's a very, very popular site by the Badagry beach there. It's a landmark area. People from around the world always come there. That's what we're telling people right now, that it's going to be a celebration like none before. We're going to have a boat regalia, it's going to be like a storyline. They will come, people who have been taken like slaves before are coming back as kings, as queens. They are going to have a naming ceremony, from Charles McQueen. You're going to be given a name like Oluwaloshemi or Femi, or maybe even a name like Ojinika Chief will give her that title.
Talking about names.
It's going to be great experience
I'm going to
for
go
the Badagrians.
Talking about names, you related to the Lagos State Governor?
Yes, proudly related. Yes, I am.
I'm sure that people, of course, our viewers would love to know that. I mean, that's the first question people will ask. You're working for the Lagos State government and Lagos State Governor. Obviously, you are. You have his last name, so people want to know, how that relation. So, how are you related to the governor?
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, my governor, my Egbon, my friend, my mentor over the years, is a first cousin of mine. He's someone who has, for my days in Unilag, he's someone who mentored me and taught me a lot of what I know today. He stood by me all through. So I'm proudly related to him, and I'm a proud Lagosian. I'm proud to also serve the people of Lagos State too.
All right, great.
Yeah. Okay, let me build on that. So if you say, for example, you had I'm sure there will have been opportunities to go with the governor at events, especially out of the country. Yeah. And if people are saying, Mr. Sanwo-Olu, Mr. Sanwo-Olu, how will you know they're referring to Mr. Governor or Mr. SSA?
Yeah, well,
no confusion.
We are the small boys in this big game, He's the number one person. He's the one I follow. He's my leader, you understand? And I submit and work close with him. And it's something that in the diaspora, it's something I've been doing for a couple of of years. I had a company called Diaspora PR in the UK. I was also on the board of trustees and Central Executive Committee of Nigerians in Diaspora Organization in Europe, and also a member or the publicity secretary of the Central Association of Nigerians in the UK of over 2,000 people. So 2 million people. So I have been in that diaspora space. I have a blog, diasporanews.ng. So there's a lot I've been doing in that space. So I'm like a known face in that space. So I'm just privileged. I'm just grateful that he's given me the opportunity to serve the people of Lagos. So it's not about he just gave a family member a position. No, I have been working in that space. I was the youngest Lagosian to rise to that position in the diaspora. And even now, I've just completed a master's degree in diaspora and transnational studies in the University of Ibadan, graduating next month. So, I've been given to that community, and it's just so fortunate that Mr. Governor is in that position, and he saw me and said, Jermaine, come and serve your people, and I'm so glad that he's given me the opportunity.
I'll help you answer Steve's question. Remember, the governor said, call me Mr. Governor. So I'm sure you don't have that problem. Don't call him Mr. Governor, I'll call you Sanwo-Olu. But all right, we wanted to talk about Lagos and the safety in Lagos. Well, what are you doing in terms of trying to bring people back, the tourism sector?
Fabulous.
Tell me exactly what your first line of action is at this point.
Well, thank you very much for that question, because Lagos is the center of excellence, the city of aquatic splendor, the center of Afrobeat, the center of Nollywood, the home of the Blue Line, the upcoming Red Line. As you in Arise Entertainment field, it's also going to be the home of the Lagos Film City that the governor is going to lay blocks for come Wednesday, in Ejinri. It's going to be, it's a wonderful place. It's a Lagos for me, it's a Lagos for you. And that being said, Lagos has been seen as an investment destination, not just for foreigners, but also for people within Nigerians and Nigerians in the diaspora. And why do they see it as an investment destination? Because there's safety of their finances, but also safety of their lives here. Now, we know that in every city, like in New York or England, like just in Croydon, for example, there was a killing of a young lady with a machete on the street. But you don't see that happening in Lagos, But there are other things. Every city has its own good, its own not so good side of it. But Lagos is progressively working with the Lagos State Security Trust Fund. They are investing in the police in Lagos. Now President Asiwaju is there. He's going to revamp the police structure. You're going to be seeing Lagos become safer. You can see that the streets, you don't see robberies, you don't see all that again. Things are getting better in our beautiful city, and we're always striving for excellence and to see that a greater Lagos truly rises.
What about the Agbero factor? A lot of people say that when they come and they want to try and discover the town by themselves, for example, particularly when they move outside of the safer enclave of the Lagos Island, your Lekki, Ikoyi, VI, that the Agbero syndrome is a major factor, not only for tourists, but even for those who are trying to shoot films. You mentioned the Ejirin, Film City project. What is being done about that? Because it looks like people think that some super Agberos have some connection to the powers that be, and therefore they can be touched.
Okay, I wish I could define the word Agbero and what it really means. These are my brothers from Lagos Island, your brothers and sisters from Lekki, you understand, from Ekpe, from around the world. There are people who are trying to make a living. And we sometimes subconsciously, and maybe sometimes wrongly, we call them Agberos. Some of them may actually do some good things and not so good things. But the fact now is that there are people who are trying to urge a living. But under this administration, if we're being true to ourselves, you see that there's been a massive reduction all the way since Asiwaju's time till now, a massive reduction in that. The government of Lagos State is empowering people from the Lagos State Ministry of Poverty Alleviation and Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation. You see, they are giving resources to people to start up businesses, small and medium scale enterprises, the Ministry of Wealth Creation. We are doing a lot to empower these people. And people say that they want to support on the streets, they want to help the traffic, they want to help different aspects. We are employing them, we are re-educating, we are reorienting them. You understand? So what we may call Agberos today are going to be people and men and women of acclaim tomorrow. So let's give Lagosians a chance. Definitely the stigmatization, but we're getting better. That's the spirit of Lagos, improvement and excellence.
I think the whole idea is exploitation. Now you're talking about Agberos and how you're going to empower them. What about those that have already been empowered? When you come into Lagos, at the airport alone, the amount of exploitation Nigerians, tourists, people from abroad face is unbelievable. What are you doing in that regard?
Well, you know, the airport is a federal thing, but luckily we have a new SSA, you know, in the person of Mr. Fela Duotoye, who is going to be coming to give people that the national values, that of, you know, patriotism, that spirit of Nigeria, that orientation also with the National Ocean Agency, so that we can redirect Nigerians and Nigeria in the right way to go when it comes to tourism. You're very correct that the airports are the first point of call. Is whatever the experience there is what they would take in going. But my work requires that. You know, I saw the airport looking a lot better. I see the custom staffs, you know, relating with me better. The turnaround time there is quicker, from the conveyor belts being fixed to the airport having a different look. So you see, we're having a different experience. But the government, the Ministry of Interior also has solid plans that ensures that tourism is facilitated better. Now, an African American, a Nigerian in diaspora who does not have a visa can come and get a visa on arrival. So they don't need to start queuing in an embassy for a visa. Even the queues ahead are no more again, because the high commissions around the world are at optimal level since President Bola Tinubu has come into office. So a lot of great things are happening, but we do know that just like in Ghana, for example, and India, that they have the whole experience planned out for the diaspora coming from around the world, or even just foreigners, that from the airport you're experiencing Lagos, you're experiencing the beauty, you're experiencing all that. And Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has that vision to change all that ecosystem, that tourism ecosystem, and partner with organizations like Arise to start preaching, as you do, you know, a positive message, a patriotic message about Lagos, about Nigeria, and the positive things that can come out of our nation. It's not a job for only one set of people, politicians, but also, you know, members of the media and the civic society too. It's all our responsibility.
All right. I mean, I like the fact that you referenced the Lagos Black Heritage Festival, you know, which started under Shiwaju and then, you know, continued under Fashola and the, you know, Ambode administration. An important component of that festival then was the fact that it was being driven by Professor Wole Soyinka, but you know, that is no longer happening. So there was also the Motherland Beckons by Otumba Wanle Akinboboye of La Campagne Tropicana.
Yes.
You know, those two succeeded largely at that time in bringing in a number of African Americans, you know, back home for the Heritage Festival. How much of this actual return are we going to witness next week, given your role as a diaspora person for Lagos and Mrs. Abike Dabiri's role, you know, with the Diaspora Commission? I understand that is there a mayor from the Black Caucus coming in or something?
Well, yes, there's also going to be a very, very historical figure when it comes to the civil rights and black history there, called Mr. Marcus Garvey, you know, the Jamaican civil rights activist. His son, his junior, Marcus Garvey Jr. is coming to Lagos. But you're absolutely right regarding bringing key stakeholders like Professor Wole Soyinka and the owner of Lakapan, Tropicana of the organization there, because this event is organized by NIDCOM. You know, it's a federal event. The Lagos state government is supporting, is partnering with them to make sure this is going to be a success. They are coming to our city. Yes, but come December, we're going to be having a homecoming, you know. We're going to be having people, you know, that time a lot of diasporans, a lot of returnees come back home. So we want to have a party for them so they can experience our tourist sites, they can experience Badagry, they can experience Ejimi, they can experience the, what do they call that, the city in Lagos Island. You know, what do they call that?
Is it Eco-Atlantic? I mean,
no, they can express Eco-Atlantic, but it's also that there's one place they call the Freedom Park in Lagos Island. It's a beautiful setting. I don't know if you've been there, but it's full of culture, full of heritage.
Freedom Park?
Freedom Park. You understand?
It's the Freedom
Park.
It's everybody's home.
Very fine. Okay, that is your second home. So you can see that we want them to experience all that. Lekki Conservation Center, Nike Art Gallery. We are welcoming the world to come and see this. So hopefully we'll have like a week whereby they'll be having like a diaspora tour to key areas. So that is what we are bringing people to come and see in Lagos. It's going to be an experience, and we want you guys guys to come. We want you guys to film. We want you guys to engage. We want you guys to tell the story of Nigeria to Nigerians at home and also to the diaspora. It's very, very important, and we're expecting a huge homecoming this December, and subsequently in the months to come next year and in the future, we'll be having tourists every quarter, people coming to come and engage with us.
Let me quickly butt in there, given the December aspect that you mentioned. What a lot of people say these days is that Nigeria, by saying that, they actually mean Lagos, seems to be losing to Ghana when it comes to the idea of the dirty December thing, you know, when everybody, you know, comes around and there's a buzz in town. Two reasons are given. One is the fact that in 2019, particularly around December, Ghana had the year of return.
Correct.
You know, to celebrate 400 years of slavery, the first time that slaves came from this part of the world and got to the Americas. Ghana celebrated it, you know, with fanfare. Somehow we didn't. And then it looks like we've not fully utilized the idea of the One Lagos, Greater Lagos Fiesta that used to bring in a lot of people, you know, from the diaspora, as you know. And therefore people say that, you know, they are now trooping to Ghana. I mean, thankfully, Afro Nation, which has been to Ghana 2 years ago, is now coming to Lagos this year. Is Ghana in competition with us? Are we losing space, culturally speaking, touristically speaking, to Ghana?
Well, when it comes to historic diaspora sites, Ghana has nothing on us. They have nothing compared to what Badagry has.
You think
But
so?
yes, I do know that. But Ghana has maximized what they have. You know, they have their little sites there, and they're able to draw a lot of people. Their culture, you know, their tradition, who they are, you know, their climate, their business climate also attracts people, you know, to that city. And that's what Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu is doing to ensure that Lagos State is attractive to these people. And he's taking this diaspora tourism very, very important, very, very seriously. He's doing everything possible to engage the diaspora and let them know that they can come home now. They're going to be revamping the Badagry area. You know, the deep sea port is coming to that area very soon. And that will do a lot of traffic there.
Revamping the Badagry area. And I want to know what that means, because you know that Badagry is the second largest city in Lagos State, surrounded by beaches, lakes.
Fabulous.
What is it that we're doing to revamp that Badagry state?
Thank you so much for that beautiful question. So first of all, we are having the Badagry Deep Sea Port. So you can imagine the kind of tourism opportunities that would bring. You go to other seaport cities around the world. When you go like on the tours, you know, or the Mediterranean tours, you know, you go the tours on the ships around Europe too. Why can't we have that in Africa? Why can't they go for the Mediterranean cruise and stop in Badagry? That's an opportunity that deep sea port probably will bring to that area. Secondly, when it comes to the tourism sector of that area, I know people have been going to Ilashe because it's a cool place, but Badagry has a long coastline that people can come there and come and invest for a relatively cheap amount right now. And the diasporans who are interested in real estate development, the hospitality sector, this is the opportunity for you to tap into. A diaspora, and I believe his name is Mr. Paul Owinobi or something like that. Pardon me if I mispronounced your name. He saw a vision of a swampy area in VI, in Oniru area, and what he did in the landmark beach. And that place is a multi-million dollar worth enterprise right now. I have a vision that Badagry will have not just one, but more than one of those kind of places in that area. So you can imagine that kind of tourist attraction there. There's always a guide who runs Waka now, Paul, what they call Bio Lion. He has a wonderful Waves Beach Club there. He chooses a diasporan who has come back to invest in that area. So when we see the diasporans investing in tourism and also see Lagosians seeing the diaspora an opportunity, you know, whenever there's a time of recession, it's an opportunity for the diaspora's intervention. That's what we must know, because their dollar, their pound has a stronger purchasing power, and now they can do what? They can bring it to Nigeria, invest a lot, and create a whole ecosystem on the tourism in that area. So we're encouraging them to come to Badagry, to buy land, buy houses. This is the future of Lagos. We know what you have done in the Lekki axis. That is the fastest growing real estate corridor in Africa right now, and it's primarily because of diaspora investments coming down there to buy land and buy properties that they rent out. So we are saying, come to Badagry, come and invest in Badagry. Lagos is the 5th largest economy in Africa, is the center of excellence, is the city of aquatic splendor. Why not come and invest in Badagry? Why not come and luckily you have a governor who is making everything so easy for you to come and do business here.
So this project, this revamping Badagry project, what is the timeline? What exactly is it? When is the Lagos state government starting that actual project? I mean, that's what I'm trying to say. What is that?
Thank you. So the Badagry deep sea plot is already in the process.
Just the deep sea plot?
That is one aspect of it.
That's not
that's one aspect. So it's a holistic plan.
Yeah.
The deep sea port. Now the diaspora aspect, which you understand, I'm promoting, I'm projecting, I'm communicating to the world, and the governor is also committed to doing. It's going to take a couple of years, but next year, this time next year, you will see a remarkable change. We're planning on building a proper structure there that would house, Governor Fashola built something in his time there. It was very, very iconic, very symbolic, but over time, it has been affected. But now, I believe Governor Sanwo-Olu is going to revamp that area, make it a tourist destination, whereby there will be arts, craft. If you walk down that road, you will see flags of people of note from around the world, from Nigeria also. It will be a global destination for the world to come and see. You've been to Disney, you've been to all these parks. Why can't we have such a beautiful park like that in that Badagry axis, from the well of attenuation to the arc of return, then also the door of return. Once that is built permanently, you will see the amount of tourists that will come. Already, like next year, we're going to have a lot in the hundreds of Brazilians coming all the way to Lagos to come and experience that, because you know that Brazilians share a lot of cultural and historic connections to Lagos and also the slave trade. So it's an opportunity. Over 300 people were taken on a daily basis from Badagry to the rest of the world as free, but they're coming back as kings right now. And we're going to celebrate this, and we want you to join us in accentuating this message of a greater Lagos rising. Badagry is just one part of the numerous plans that Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu is doing, and most especially President Bola Tinubu with the Minister of Tourism with affiliations from Lagos State. You can be sure that that place is going to be transformed. Governor and President Tinubu understands tourism. He understands the world, and he has a vision, and he's going to implement that vision through Lagos State to change tourism in Nigeria. This is just the beginning.
All right, we're running out of time, but let me quickly squeeze this in. How much is your office doing to bring in the necessary investment, and what will you say that you have achieved in the first 4 years with Governor Sanwo-Olu? I remind you that the previous administration in Lagos State had Lagos Global, the Office of International Affairs and Investment. Delta had something similar. As a matter of fact, the gentleman who was the SSA, Omajeba, the journalist with this, the commissioner, then is the ambassador in Bangkok. Now, a lot of people will say that, can states have foreign relations? I'm sure that is your role. It's easier to do foreign relations, but in terms of the investment component of it, how much have you achieved, and what target are you setting? I'm asking that given the lofty ideas that you have painted about Badagry. A lot of people will say that, go to Senegal, for example, from Dakar to Gorée. One of the attractions is because you can go by boat. You can go via water. What is the sort of investment that Lagos is expecting on water, so that you can move people from mainland and island Lagos to Badagry by water?
Thank you very much. As you know, that the governor has a multimodal transport system and plan for Lagos. And what has happened is that through the Lag Ferry, through the Laswa, the whole waterway system of Lagos has been opened up, to the private sector, to the government. I even, at one point in time, I believe still, that Uber could actually, you could use Uber from Lagos to Badagry just for the 5 minutes. So that opportunity is there. Now, when it comes to what have we been doing, we've been ensuring that the diasporans are able to get information they need when they want to come and do business in Lagos. If they want to invest in Lagos, we signpost them in the right direction, and also we help them with their integration. This first term was like a foundation building process. We worked on setting up a structure whereby we can have, like as you said, Delta has one, Ondo has one, even Abia has a diaspora agency or an office that handles diaspora affairs. Lagos being that seat, center of excellence, also the former capital, and also the house of many consulates in times past, or embassies in times past, now of consulates, is in a position to have relations with the governor, with the international community. So what we have been doing is ensuring that the diplomatic community have an ease, a very, very good life experience in Lagos, and also the diaspora investors. Some of the investments, I will just tell you, like 2 days ago, or even, that was on Friday, there's a young guy from Spain that came all the way to Nigeria to set up a BMX park. I'm just by Osborne, where they do BMX skateboarding. His name is Courage. It's called Encourage Park, Courage Adams. So that is an investment that through LASPAC and the leadership there was able to ensure that diasporans can invest in Lagos. Secondly, there's the Lakeshore Cancer Center, a world class by a professor from, I think his name is Professor Chummy or something like that, from United States. He's come and he's found Lagos as a home to invest. We have Obinna Ekeze. Is a 6'9" or 10" basketball player. You understand? You're doing very well in the Jack on the Axis. Yeah. It's also a diaspora invention. I'm also like 6'5", and I play basketball a lot. But you see, with conjunction with the Lagos State Sports Commission and also the chairman there and also the Lagos Parks, the leadership there too, they are able to, you see basketball courts going up all around the place. It's because the NBA Africa, who is led by a diasporan, you understand, who has returned home, is also impacting lives. And many basketballers are coming around the world to impact Lagos. When it comes to investment, I've been an estate surveyor and valuer myself. I encourage real estate investment. You understand? You will see a lot of hotels, a lot of hospitality houses are owned by diasporans. They buy houses, and we encourage them, come and buy Lagos real estate. Also, come and buy the Lagos State property, Lagos State Building Investment Company, led by Mr. Lawal, has also said there are 17 sites scattered around Lagos that are looking for public-private partnerships with diasporans out there to come and invest in Lagos, so you can build mass housing that would impact the lives of Lagosians, but also have a good return on investment. There's no doubt that Lagos is the prime place for investment, and the opportunity now for the diasporan is that they can have both a financial rewarding investment, but also a fulfilling one. In this time of recession, they can invest financially, but they can also invest socially. We need support for the diasporans. We have the Lagos State Food Bank. There's so much the diasporans can come, and that's what I'm promoting. That's what I'm projecting. More so this second term, you learn your lessons and you strive to do better. So we're going to do greater and better for the people of Lagos and ensure that the greater Lagos is rising based on the vision of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. Absolutely. We must get a greater Lagos. Jermaine Sanwo-Olu, thank you very much for joining us on the morning show. And I hope that we're not losing space to Ghana. You're going to do everything in your power.
We'll hold you by your words. As far as dirty December is concerned, we'll hold you by your words.
We'll see that.
All right.
Well, you guys, we can do greater than every Nigerian. Thank you.
All right, well done. Thank you very much.
Witness the joy of return to the motherland. The fourth Door of Return Experience, Badagry, Lagos, October 19th to the 21st. Special guest of honor, Dr. Julius Marcus Garvey Jr. Enjoy boat regatta, parades, unique cultural performances, and the grand finale, the walk through the door. Chief host, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. A unique experience of historical and cultural reconnection to the motherland. Powered by the Lagos State Government, the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, African Renaissance Foundation, the African Door of Return Experience. For further details, contact the following numbers or email admin@nidcom.gov.ng or info@lagosdiaspora.ng. Come and witness the joy of return, the voyage to heritage.